Welcome back to the Provian Roadmap. Today is day 2 of week 3. Today, we're exploring what it means to live your truth. Living authentically is about aligning your actions with your values and beliefs. It creates a life of integrity, confidence, and fulfillment. Let's dive in. What does it mean to live your truth? Living your truth means aligning your actions with your authentic self. Living your truth means being true to yourself in every decision, word, and action. It's about aligning your actions with your values and beliefs even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. Authenticity is the foundation of a meaningful and fulfilling life. And you can't be authentic until you live your truth. So, why live authentically? When you live authentically, you attract meaningful relationships and opportunities. You see, people are drawn to your honesty and integrity. You'll also feel a sense of freedom as you release the stress of trying to be someone you are not. Living authentically leads to inner peace, fulfillment, and meaningful connections. You're not lying to yourself or to people, so you rarely find yourself juggling, oh, what did I tell this person that I was worth? What did I tell this person I was? Persona did I fake before this person when we met? What was the first impression? What do I have to live up to that is not really who I am? You don't have any of that, so your connections are meaningful and people get drawn to you because such authenticity is rare. So living authentically, living your truth makes people know what comes with the package. You're not a surprise waiting to happen. You're not a gamble someone is taking a chance on. You lead with who you truly are. What they see is what they get. Living authentically can look like saying no to a project that doesn't align with your values, or being honest about your needs in a relationship. These small but powerful actions reflect your commitment to yourself and your principles. If I'm to use myself as an example, living my truth stopped me from advancing in my musical career when I went to Lagos, and some people tried to sign me and I realized their values and mine didn't align. I had to turn down their deal. They did everything within their power to entice me with money, with gifts, with fame. And I realized if I was to be true to myself and maintain the inner peace in my conscience, I had to walk away from that deal. You see, authenticity is like a lifeline. It has its own heartbeat. If you don't cultivate it in yourself, you become a stranger to yourself after some time. You look back and you wonder who you have become. A lot of people commit suicide after attaining success, and you wonder why. It's because they mortgaged their authenticity. They traded in their authentic selves for silver and gold. And after having all the accolades and all the fame and all the power and all the money, they got confronted with their truest nature, what they have become in exchange for gold and power and fame. The truth staring at them in the mirror convicted them, and they couldn't live with what they saw. Many gave in to addictions, many gave in to alcoholism, drugs, anything to stop themselves from looking in the mirror and seeing a sober reflection, because they didn't live their truth. Many of them overdosed. Many of them gave in to all forms of self-deprecating acts to create a form of escape from who they have become. But all of that could have been avoided if they had chosen to live authentically from the very beginning. If I had made that decision in 2016, 8 years ago, by now, I would have been probably financially successful, but personally miserable. Right now, the financial success is on the horizon. It's still coming. But who I am on the inside is multiple folds better than who I would have been if I was financially successful, but internally miserable. Okay? So let's look at the cost of inauthenticity. On the flip side, living inauthentically, acting in ways that don't align with your values can lead to stress, dissatisfaction, and even burnout. Authentic living isn't always easy, but it's worth it. Trust me. It's not always easy to say no to that thing that you don't believe in. For example, I refuse to be an on-air personality in a radio station that I have gained all the experience I need to do a kick-ass job. I've trained multiple voiceover artists. I have watched many people come in, audition with me, and I gave them guidance and I led them to, fine-tune their mindset to enable them get the job. And they came in and they have worked on themselves, and right now they are award-winning on-air personalities. I have sat through watching on-air personalities come and go. And in between all of this, I've been authentic, sticking to my truth that if I am to turn on a mic and speak, I'm not going to be regulated by no broadcasting commission. I'm not going to be regulated by no board. Nobody's going to tell me what talking points not to talk about. I am going to be authentic. And if I'm not going to be authentic on air, I'd rather not go on air. I'd rather create my own platform. I'd rather build my own bridge and walk all over it, rather than find myself being gagged, so to speak. Remember Tucker Carlson having to leave the network where he had been known for years just because they wouldn't let him be and speak his truth regarding some difficult topics? That's what difficulty you could find in your life when you choose to live authentically. But the cost of inauthenticity is actually more, because you find yourself struggling to be who you are not, to be who doesn't align with your values. You find yourself struggling to fulfill a calling that is not yours, to fit into a shoe that is not yours. Okay? Now let's take an exercise. Identify areas of inauthenticity. Reflection exercise. Identify one area where you are not living authentically. What changes can you make to align your actions with your values? Let's reflect on your life. Just one. Identify one area where you feel you're not living authentically. Is it in your work, your relationships, or personal habits? What's holding you back? Now, think about one small change you can make to bring your actions into alignment with your values. Okay? You can do this. You've got this. What are the challenges of living your truth? Fear of judgment, societal expectations, and people-pleasing. All these can block your authenticity. When you're scared that people are going to judge you for going your own way and thinking your own way and doing your own thing, you find yourself enslaved by the opinions and the desires and the wishes of other people. You are yet to develop the backbone to live for yourself, so you have to live for them. So you become a people pleaser. You allow societal expectations to set the limit and the bar on what is possible and what is not. You begin to lose yourself in exchange for the group mind, the hive mind. Let's talk about how to live your truth. 1. Identify your values. What do you really value? Who are you on the inside? when no one is watching? If money was not a factor, what would you be? What do you value? Number 2, be honest with yourself. No one is coming to save you. This is a conversation between you and yourself. In the holy of holies, in the depth of your heart, who are you? Number 3, take courageous actions. Be bold enough to say no when you want to say no. I would have said no, but the money was too good. No, there's nothing like that. Be courageous enough to know that you would get money from other means and other sources. Don't hold yourself back using flimsy excuses. Power through all the resistance. Express your true self and let your light shine. Exercise. Identify one way you can live your truth today. What is one way you can live your truth today? Think of one small action you can take today to live more authentically. Is it showing up for yourself more? Is it, turning down invitations to do certain things that you know you're not okay with doing? Is it switching lanes? Is it cutting ties? Is it renouncing certain things or people? Think of one small action you can take today to live more authentically that will make you proud of yourself when you look in the mirror. Okay? Reflection question. What is one area of your life where you're not being fully authentic? Identify one area where you're not living authentically. What changes can you make to align your actions with your values? Is it in your work, your relationship, your personal habits? What's holding you back? Now, think about one small change you can make to bring your actions into alignment with your values. Another reflection question. What's one fear or habit that's keeping you from living your truth? As you reflect, consider what might be holding you back. Is it a fear of judgment? A habit of saying yes when you mean no? Write it down and think about how you can address it. Okay? Let's recap living your truth. Key takeaway. Authenticity is the key to living a fulfilling life. Authenticity is aligning actions with your values and beliefs. Living authentically fosters confidence and meaningful relationships. Okay? Self-awareness is crucial for understanding your true self. You have to reflect, go in deep and be aware of all the nooks and crannies of your soul. Search in within, deep within. Go in the beginning. Go deep within from childhood. Be honest with who you truly are and what your values are. Don't let peer pressure rob you from knowing yourself deeply, okay? Small, honest decisions lead to a life of integrity. Honesty with yourself and others is essential. Okay? Setting boundaries protects your energy and well-being. You will have to know how far is too far, and you don't need to explain. You don't owe anyone any explanation. Set the boundaries, know what are your non-negotiables, know how far is too far. In your thoughts, words, and actions, be integral. Integrate within yourself your core virtues, whatever they are, and ensure that you bend the world to your will. Don't bend to the will of the world. Okay? Taking action is the first step toward living your truth. You don't say you believe in something and you don't act upon it. Your belief should not just be in your mind, it should be in your physical reality, reflected in the actions that you take. So to recap, living your truth is about aligning your actions with your values. This alignment fosters confidence, reduces stress, and attracts meaningful relationships. Only those who are meant to be on your vibration will find themselves in your orbit, in your circle. Any other person who doesn't align will naturally fall out. That's why you need to live authentically, so that people who are not meant to be in your life don't have anything to stick around for, to hang around for. They naturally step aside. Even small, honest decisions can have a big impact on your life. As small as saying no when you mean no. Okay? So action step. Reflect on your values. What truly matters to you? Who are you? Who do you see yourself to be on the inside? Are you a $1 billion man? Are you a $1 million man? Are you a 100,000 naira man? Are you a 50,000 naira man? Who are you? What truly matters to you? If you're a $1 billion man, there are certain conversations that you can't have. There are certain things you can't see yourself doing. Living your truth means as long as you have recognized who you truly are on the inside, you wait for the world on the outside to catch up. You don't really care about what they feel or how they think. You do you. You live your truth. Next action step. Identify areas where you're not being authentic. Who is that one bad influence in your life that is making you do things that when the person is gone, you go regretting, I thought I said I wasn't going to do that again. Found myself slipping. I caught myself slipping. I found myself making that mistake again. This person always has this bad influence over me. Identify areas where you're not being authentic. What is that thing that you do that makes you ashamed of yourself? Between you and you, just you. Every other person around you is fine with it, but you don't feel okay with it. What's that thing that you do or say? That you just do to go along with the flow, but you know you are not supposed to, based on who you know yourself to be and your internal values. Next action step. Set boundaries to protect your energy. No one is going to do this for you, man. You owe yourself that energy protection. Your boundaries are your boundaries. Your non-negotiables are your non-negotiables. If you are a particular type of person, anybody who meets you should meet you as that type of person. Protect your energy. What else do you have? Next action step. Practice self-expression. Share your thoughts and feelings openly. No one's going to know your boundaries and non-negotiables. No one's going to understand who you are. No one's going to know your truths and what you stand for if you don't share them. The idea is to cultivate this self-knowing. Know who you are, know what your values are, and stand by them. Come what may. Next action step. Take small steps towards living your truth. In living my truth of polygamy, step 1, I had to stay away from women who subscribe to monogamy. When I meet you, one of the first things I tell you is I subscribe to polygamy. If your first response is, oh, trauma, I know a lot of people who have that in their life and it didn't turn out well and it wasn't well managed, and I'm an African, I'm a Nigerian, so in this case what you hear is, oh, there was a lot of ritual, this wife became a witch to bewitch the other wife, oh, these children tried to kill the other children to inherit the properties, oh, there's going to be a lot of lack of trust, and oh, this and that. Wow. Thank you for telling me that. Next, you're not the one for me. You can't convince me with your fears and worries and biases and prejudices to change my values. Once I lead with my truth and I find a woman who aligns with me, then we begin to be on the same page from the first day. And remember, living your truth is a journey, not a destination. So, my truth is my truth until it is no longer my truth. If I meet one woman and for some reason I decide not to get more women, so be it. But in the moment, I am a polygamist. Any woman under the sound of my voice who knows me and cares to be in my life will have to cultivate that patience, that unconditional love to embrace sister wives. If she's unable to do that, she could give way for those who are able to do that. There is someone for everyone. If I am not for you, I understand it and I appreciate it and I respect it. If I am for you, we could see where things go. We could learn how much compatibility we have within us to create a life worthy of enjoyment, happiness, harmony, love, and everything in between. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow for boundaries and authenticity. Tomorrow we'll explore how to set boundaries that protect your energy and foster authenticity. See you then.
Provoe.